Hey 8th grade Trojans, I hope you're having a good Wednesday. So day 1 of our contingency plan, we're talking all about the product rule with exponents. So remember, Mr. Eckerly wrote up here, the product rule is where you add exponents when the bases are the same and everything else kind of, the bases don't change, things like that. So we're going to do the first 4 together. So if we look at number 1, we see 3 times y to the negative 4th power times 3 times y to the negative 1st power times x to the negative 4th power times y squared. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to rearrange so everything with like bases are next to each other. So I'm just going to write 3 times 3, and I might cross off the numbers as I go, then times x to the negative 4th times y to the negative 4th times y to the negative 1st times y squared. That's a little thick, so I'm going to make my pencil a little thinner. Okay, so now I can combine like bases. So 3 times 3 is 3 squared times x to the negative 4th times, now I have to add all my bases together here. So negative 4 plus negative 1 is negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3, so it'd be y to the negative 3rd power. But then there's something important in the directions to remember. It says your answer should contain only positive exponents, which means I need to flip around this y to the x to the negative 4. Come on. It's not highlighting, that's okay. And the y to the negative 3rd power. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to write my 3 squared is just 9, so I can write 9. 9 over, then x to the negative 4th would go into my denominator, times y to the positive 3rd. And that's my answer. All right, so number 2, we have 4 times x cubed, y cubed times 2 times x squared times y cubed. So again, I'm going to put things together that have the similar bases. So 4, oh goodness, it went, oh, maybe I just pressed hard. 4 times 2 times x cubed times x squared times, oh, not that. Oh dear. Yes, now you found my trick. I erased what Mr. Eckerly had wrote over it. So now I have to just do that again. I had prepped this earlier. Okay. So now back to what we were doing. So I just learned I can't make a mistake. So 4 times 2 times x cubed times x squared times y cubed times y cubed. So then I'm going to add things and combine things that are the same. So 4 times 2 is just 8. 3 plus 2 is 5, so times x to the 5th. And 3 plus 3 is 6, so y to the 6th power. Okay, number 3. Again, same thing. First, we're going to combine, we're going to reorganize. And I did not cross things off on the last one because it didn't look very confusing. This one looks substantially more confusing, so I'm going to make sure I cross things off. So 4 times 4 times x to the negative 1 times x squared times x cubed times y squared times y. And remember, if we just see a y, it's also like y to the 1st power, so you can always add that 1. So then I'm going to add things together. So I have 4 times 4 is 16. And then I add my negative 1, 2, and 3 together. So negative 1 plus 2 is 1, plus 3 is 4, so x to the 4th. And then 2 plus 1 is 3, so y cubed. And that's my answer. All right. So next is the last one, number 4. And this one doesn't look too bad with combining things together. So I don't think I need to cross things off. So I'm going to write 2 times an m to the 0 power times m to the negative 2nd power times n squared times n to the 4th power. So I got all my terms. There are 5 up here, and I have 5 down here. So I'm going to add my exponents together that have the same bases. So 2 times, 0 plus negative 2 is negative 2, so m to the negative 2 power. And then 2 times, plus 4, not times, 2 plus 4 is 6, so n to the 6th power. Then I notice that I have that negative exponent, so that means just my m to the negative second power, and I swear, why are we not highlighting here? I have no idea. Oh well, okay. So that means this negative 2, m to the negative second power, is going to go into my denominator. So my numerator will be 2 times n to the 6th over m squared. And that's the video. That's my final answer. So your assignment for the rest of this for today is just to finish these problems. If we look, there are 20 of them. So not too bad. I did 4 of them for you, so hopefully that's okay. And have a great Wednesday.